Teyana Taylor's ex-husband, Iman Shumpert, is once again in the headlines, and not for anything positive. After everything that happened between them, he's now publicly accusing Teyana of being a bad mother and claiming she's keeping him away from their children. His bitter comments come not long after Teyana reportedly refused to pay him spousal support following their very public split. The irony, of course, is that Iman is the one who cheated repeatedly and put Teyana through years of emotional chaos. Yet even after all that, he had the nerve to demand financial support from her once their marriage fell apart. Things only got worse for Iman when the court finally ruled in Teyana's favor. According to reports, his accounts were nearly wiped out, and a large portion of his property and assets were awarded to Teyana as part of the settlement. Ever since that ruling, people say he's been holding a serious grudge, and judging by his recent online behavior, he isn't even trying to hide it. No one knows exactly how he's sustaining his lifestyle now that Teyana isn't footing any of his bills, but it's clear that he's struggling. Instead of focusing on moving forward, he keeps throwing shade and making unnecessary comments about her every chance he gets. To understand how things got this ugly, let's rewind a bit. Their marriage had been crumbling for a long time, even before anyone knew it. Teyana officially filed for divorce late last year after years of trying to keep their problems private. At first, she went out of her way to keep the drama out of the public eye. She posted on Instagram saying that the divorce wasn't about infidelity, insisting that she and Iman were still on good terms and co-parenting peacefully. Fans praised her maturity at the time, but behind the scenes, the truth was much darker. Court documents later revealed that Teyana accused Iman of being insecure and jealous of her growing success. Despite his once lucrative NBA career, he allegedly felt threatened by her fame and the attention she received in the entertainment world. She said he often became upset at events when photographers asked him to step aside so they could take pictures of her alone. That jealousy soon turned into resentment. Teyana claimed that his behavior became increasingly cruel and narcissistic, creating a toxic environment at home. In an attempt to save her marriage, Teyana said she tried to make herself smaller, literally dimming her own light just to make him feel secure. She reportedly passed up major career opportunities, including music projects and acting roles, because Iman didn't want her working too much or stealing the spotlight. She even considered stepping away from her career entirely to be a full-time homemaker. But no matter what she did, it never seemed to satisfy him. Things only spiraled further after she gave birth to one of their daughters. Instead of being supportive, Teyana claimed Iman began complaining about her not bringing in enough money. The hypocrisy was wild. She had put her dreams on hold for him, only to have him criticize her for not earning. At that point, she says she realized nothing would ever be enough. They separated briefly, tried to reconcile, and then fell right back into the same unhealthy patterns. By the time Iman's basketball career was winding down, his alleged insecurities had grown even worse. Teyana described him as emotionally unstable and mentally draining, saying she could no longer tolerate the constant mood swings and jealousy. When she finally filed for divorce, she was ready to prioritize her peace, but Iman didn't take it well. After the split, he reportedly demanded spousal support despite being the one who betrayed her trust. When the court sided with Teyana, granting her access to some of his properties and a large portion of their shared finances, Iman allegedly began lashing out. He's since made several subtle digs online, accusing her of being controlling and selfish, and even suggesting she keeps him from seeing their children. Meanwhile, Teyana has kept things classy, only addressing the situation when absolutely necessary. She's focused on her career, motherhood, and moving forward with her life. But Iman's bitterness keeps pulling her name back into the headlines. His public outbursts and cryptic posts have fans calling him obsessed, with many urging him to move on instead of tearing his ex down. Still, the damage is done. Their once private issues are now fully out in the open, and both of them are feeling the heat of public scrutiny. While Teyana has emerged stronger, expanding her brand, directing music videos, and even venturing into film, Iman's image continues to crumble. People can't help but notice that his recent interviews and posts seem more about attacking Teyana than rebuilding his own reputation. The whole saga has left fans completely divided. Some people believe Iman's just bitter and can't stand watching Teyana thrive without him. Others think there's more to the story, that maybe both of them made mistakes that led to the downfall of their marriage. Whatever the truth is, one thing's clear. Their breakup has become one of the messiest celebrity splits in recent memory. And now, as Iman continues to throw shade and Teyana stays silent, the internet's left debating who's really telling the truth. Was Iman a victim of fame and insecurity? Or did he destroy his marriage with ego and jealousy? Only they know the full story. But based on how things have unfolded, it doesn't look like either of them is ready to let it go anytime soon. After all the chaos that came to light and the world finally saw Iman Shumpert for the kind of husband he really was, the former NBA player quickly went into full-blown damage control mode. Once people started siding with Teyana Taylor and dragging him online, Iman reportedly tried to manipulate the court records to make himself look better. He requested that the official reason for their divorce be changed from cruel treatment to irretrievably broken bonds. And for those who don't know, that's a big deal. Cruel treatment is a serious legal term that refers to deliberate emotional or physical suffering so severe that living together becomes dangerous and unbearable. In other words, it's a polite way of saying that Iman made Teyana's life hell. So, by asking the court to switch the reason to something softer, like irretrievable breakdown, Iman was basically trying to rewrite history, to gaslight Teyana and erase the record of how toxic things really got. But that wasn't the only stunt he pulled. He had the audacity to demand child support from her, arguing that she earns more than he does. Iman claimed that his monthly income before taxes is about $47,000, while Teyana reportedly brings in somewhere between $90,000 to $100,000 per month. According to him, despite their income gap, he's supposedly been giving her $8,800 every month to care for their two daughters, Junie and Rue. Teyana, of course, wasn't having any of it. She fired back hard, accusing Iman of stealing over $4 million from her while they were still married. In court, she revealed that he started expensive home renovations behind her back, leaving her stuck with over $200,000 worth of unfinished construction bills. On top of that, she alleged that he withdrew millions from their shared bank account, most of which was her money, without permission. And that wasn't the end of it. Teyana also reminded the court about Iman's 2022 DUI arrest, where he was caught with illegal substances and tried to flee after crashing her Rolls-Royce. Between the financial mess, the cheating scandals, and the criminal record, the case was nothing short of a soap opera. After months of court hearings, back-and-forth negotiations, and a ton of public drama, the divorce was finally settled a few weeks ago. And let's just say, the judge didn't fall for Iman's act. The court ruled heavily in Teyana's favor, ordering Iman to make a one-time seven-figure payment to her as part of the settlement. According to reports, Teyana gets to keep 4 of their shared properties, together worth around $10 million, while Iman was allowed to hold on to his Miami condo and some properties in Georgia and DeKalb. In addition, he now has to pay $8,000 per month in child support, as well as cover the cost of private school for their 2 daughters. Teyana, on the other hand, walked away with her independence fully intact. She keeps 100% ownership of her businesses, TaylorMade and Aunties, along with her luxury cars and jewelry collection, including her signature Bronco truck. She doesn't owe Iman a single dime. And if that wasn't enough to bruise his ego, now he has to watch her live her best life while he publicly unravels. Fans say he's been salty ever since he realized he'd have to start opening that wallet again. Recently, he appeared in a comedy skit with online comedian Rico Osofunny, where he took a not-so-subtle jab at Teyana. In the skit, Iman joked, "Pick your baby mama wisely, because my homie ain't smiled in 10 years. People immediately caught the shade. The internet lit up with reactions. One fan commented, "He ain't smiling because he knows he fumbled. Regret kills your peace." Another user wrote, "Mind you, Teyana hasn't said a word. No skits, no posts, no interviews, but somehow she's the bad guy? Make it make sense." Despite all the backlash, Iman doesn't seem to care. Instead of moving on quietly, he keeps poking at Teyana's name whenever he gets a chance. Meanwhile, she's been staying booked and unbothered, focusing on her kids, her music, and her creative career. She hasn't responded directly to any of his recent comments, and fans are praising her for taking the high road. Still, this messy divorce has left the internet divided. Some people believe Iman's just being petty because he lost both the marriage and the money. Others say Teyana's finally getting the justice she deserves after years of putting up with his ego and insecurities. Whatever side you're on, one thing's for sure, this drama isn't ending anytime soon. The court may have finalized the divorce, but emotionally, these two are far from done with each other. Between Iman's salty remarks and Teyana's graceful silence, the world is watching every move they make. Whether you think he's a man scorned or just bitter about losing his power, it's clear he's having a hard time letting go. And that's the full rundown on Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's ongoing drama. A story filled with love, betrayal, and a whole lot of courtroom chaos. What do you think? Did Iman get what he deserved? Or is there more to this situation than we know? Drop your opinions down below. I want to hear your thoughts. And before you go, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because trust me, we've got plenty more messy celebrity deep dives coming your way. Stay tuned.